I've got the rubber coating sealing stuff hot because we were welding it, and it's peeling off. Lovely. I'm glad you got to see that. Welcome back. Okay, yesterday was a fun day. Worked on the Ford F-150 and replaced those hubs, which I had mentioned some odd number of videos ago. So I wanted to show those to you just for fun because, you know, work done without recognition is worthless, but here it is. So here's the right side, and that one looks pretty good. Fun is that it still had some factory grease in there. Not much, but you know, that's 170,000 miles. What are you gonna do, right? That thing probably got hot a few times. There was a lot of gunk. You can see the grease failing here, and it's pretty not greasy. Well, but here's the left side. So I wonder if there's something wrong. Yeah, that thing. Yeah. So that one was the one making the noise. So that was in its pre-failure state. My coworkers at my day job have F-150s also, and they are talking about theirs, and theirs are worse than mine. They hear whoop 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 when they come to a stop. So their hubs are probably really bad. So, but yeah, so I got those done. Pretty happy about that. It wasn't a terrible job. Took a few more tools than I was thinking it probably would take, but it's like the third one rolling out today. So that's probably going to the retirement village that's down the road that way. The firefighters said they roll a lot down there. It's a 55 and older community. Yeah. I just went to my best friend's 60th birthday last night. Had a great time. One of my friends from the Marine Corps, we were roommates for a little while, and then another one of our friends came down from Wichita. He's a retired Marine. So we got to see everybody. The band got back together last night. It was awesome. We had a really good time. It was fun. But anyway, so yeah, so I did this job yesterday. So I'm kind of tired today, if you can only imagine that 5 hours of this. And I did it in the driveway because, you know, can't move the Range Rover right now. How about that? So today I need to seam seal the seams on our new panel. As badly done as it is, we're still gonna seam seal it. The fun one's gonna be under this side right here is the frame. So when we get underneath here and take a look, there's the frame. So getting underneath here with seam stuff is gonna be entertaining. I think that's the word. Let's use the word entertaining. So yeah, I gotta do that. In order to fix the inner stuff, the stuff that's on the inside here, I'm gonna have to drop the exhaust. Where's my light? Come here, light. To get to the transmission tunnel on this side, I'm gonna have to drop the exhaust. Not super excited about that. But I do have to get underneath there. So that's not going to be any fun. Half of me says wait and do it another time when we can get it up on a lift. I don't own a lift, but I have some friends with lifts. But that means the truck has to be running to get to the lift. So it's a puzzler. So we're gonna do what we can today, and we'll call it good, because that's what we can do. So let's do it that way. Last item before we start before you watch me get crazy with the Cheese Whiz, I went and bought the Cheese Whiz. So here's some seam sealer. This is Uppo, made in Germany. I know how the Germans like their stuff. This is black. You remember when I mentioned a few videos ago about the beige 3M? This is $21. 3M is $72 a tube. How much better could it be? I don't know. So we're going with the Uppo today because when I saw the prices, he brought both tubes out and I was like, oh, you've got the other one? And he says, yes. And then the prices were so drastically different. I went with the cheaper one because costs. Yeah. All right, let's get busy doing some spreading Cheese Whiz. Here we go. All right. Sorry, I got started without you. So anyway, I've got the beige stuff and I'm using it in here. So I'm gonna work this into this seam. And the goal of this primarily is to keep water from coming up inside. I don't expect this not to get wet, but I don't want it to come up from the bottom. So I'm going to do this and see if this helps at all. Probably doesn't, but we're doing it anyway. It's not pretty, it's just functional. I guess I forgot to come back and grind off some of my big welds. What was that all about? Oh, now I'm gonna get crap on my gun because and I should have vacuumed it out, so now I have shot and grinder in my fingers. Grinder dust. So I should have, yeah, it's making that very difficult to do. All right. All right. All right. And the Olympics are on, so we probably ought to turn those off. Turned off because you know how they get about their broadcasts being rebroadcasts. If I was talking about the Olympics and using their video, I probably could get away with it, but I'm not. All right, that's a lot of Cheese Whiz. Got a lot of it in there. Let's do some more up here because I'm not happy with that. Man, If this lasted 30 years, I'd be ecstatic, because I'll be dead. And that would be okay. Right. All right. That was a lovely smell. Okay, we're gonna get new gloves and start down below. Well, this is a disappointment. All right, so I don't have any picky stuff, whatever. You can see it flaking off here. Paint's flaked. Flaky, flaky, flaky. So I'm not gonna seam seal that right now. I gotta paint it. So we gotta get some, stop with the camera. I'm gonna get some paint on this because that's substandard. And then we're gonna have to fill the crap out of all this stuff. Especially these holes I did. Oh, I'm not even showing you. Especially these holes right here, like this one and this one. When I tried the other method of putting the self-tapping screws project. So yeah, so paint is gonna have to happen. So wire wheeling, more primer, and then paint on top. And then we'll seam seal. That's what we need to be doing. Try not to do this half-ass. It seems already half-assed, so if we do it another half-ass, it'll become, that's 3/4 half-assed. And I only do things half-assed, so we can't do things 3/4 half-assed. So let's tell them what they're missing. See, this is what's going on right here. Right here. This is what's going on underneath on the transmission tunnel. We've got the rubber coating sealing stuff hot because we were welding it, and it's peeling off. Lovely. I'm glad you got to see that. Let's get that tool so we can exacerbate the problem more. Yeah, so that's not even protecting the steel anymore. Yeah, how about that? And you can see where I put a very hot weld, like this one right here. Right here. It just burned right through it. So, that's lovely. So complex. Now I know why people take their vehicles completely apart and take all of the crap off of them, is so they can do this without having to worry about all these brackets and all the things, and just, you're gonna restore it, you probably ought to do it right. Yeah, that's what you probably ought to do. Doesn't seem to be what I was doing, does it? Cut. Hi-ya. Trying to get some of this out of the way so the wire wheel doesn't bind up with all the crap on it. Boy, that stuff just didn't stick at all anymore after you heat it up. Look at that. I would have never seen that if I had come down here and dug around on it. Rust. I should probably not be doing that. My hands were already tingling before the day started, so probably should not use them as hammers today. The air chisel makes short work of this stuff. Trust me, it does. Oh. Hey, that's beige. It looks like stuff I might have put down. Except I don't remember using it. Beige under here. Might have. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. Alright. Alright. Ow! Let's not do that again. Yeah, let's not do that again. Probably ought to cut that off. I'll slice myself wide open on that. Nice. That's my front shore power. Okay, let's get the wire wheel out, give this a once over, and then we'll start with some more painting. As you know, that's what we plan to do today. Not. Ow! Ow! Oh, good Lord. The fun part is 2 coats of primer will dry in like 30 minutes. See, we won't have to watch paint dry, but we are going to put some primer on here now. This can's almost empty, so let's see how much we can get out of her before she quits it. And we are layering it heavy. It's going heavy on it. Give everybody a 2 coat. Why not? What do we got to lose? Paint, money, trouble, time, wasting time. All right, nice. What on good grief? Ugh. Stop it. Forget to put more paint on that. Okay, I won't. Nice. Okay. Set alarm for 30 minutes. Yeah, trying to get as much in that crack paint-wise as I can. Same thing up here, but gravity's not in my favor there. All right, how long does this one take? Dries in 30 minutes or less. Yeah, good times. Set alarm for 30 minutes. Ooh. Ah. Okay, lots of time went by while you were doing that. All right, so what we got now is time to put some sealer in the gapses. And we're hoping that we can get enough in these gapses. So what do we use first? Do we use the 3M? Let's just inject some into that hole. That's a giant hole. That's like a giant gap. How did this happen? Oh, I'm gonna have to paint over that. See why I had black? Black is great. I would have used black. Get that whole blob off in one swing. Let's see. We did. Victory is ours. This is boring. That corner is taking a lot of stuff. So I'm just going to push it and press it until it just quits coming out. It'll probably squirt out on the inside somewhere. I'm going for it. I don't think there's any science to this. I honestly don't. It's just, it's like eating crackers. You just put the cheese whiz on. Just keep putting it on until you're just sick of it. Well, I'm surprised. I wish I actually got the black stuff ready, and I wish I hadn't now, because I'm not going to use it. It looks like I'm going to be done, and the 3M's going to have lasted the entire job. That's a bummer. Oh, that was good. I don't remember where those holes were. Alright, all of this gets truck bed liner on it anyway, so I'm not really terribly worried about that part of it. A very petroleum smell to it. At some point I'm going to have to decide if I'm going to put the mud flaps back on this sucker, because it means drilling into this. And I just finished it. I hate to drill holes into it, but I got to make that decision at some point. This stuff's setting up pretty fast. Alright, I think that's it. At least for today. Yeah, at least for today. We got almost all of this used, so I feel pretty good about that. We'll have to get that off my finger. Close. Oh. Okay. It's hot and I'm tired and this job is smelly. So I looked right into the light. Ugh. Oh, that's better. Okay. That's going to be all for today and all for this week. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Next time on this channel, we are going to be... I haven't decided yet. We're technically ready to start on the back. So either I assemble the front, which I probably need to finish all this up. So next time will be a reassembly video. Call it a reassembly video next time. So I'll get all the wiring and all the electronics back in where they belong. And then after that, we'll start on the back. The back is going to be a challenge because there's a lot of rust over a lot of space, a lot of metal. So my biological brother's sister, so we didn't all grow up together, and she's not technically my sister, we were never in the same family together, but she has a bead blasting business. So I'm probably going to be reaching out to her to see if she will bead blast my stuff. I've got a few things here in the shop that need to go get bead blasted. A chair, old family chair that I had, one of those yard chairs. Everybody in America has seen them. I've got one that rocks. It's pretty cool. I need to get that blasted, and I need to get my bed floorboard blasted and all the cross pieces blasted. That might be what I do. So that's it. All right. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Have a good week. Ugh. Why does it hurt to get up so much? Oh, I'm getting old. And the last thing for this week, I want to wish my wife a happy 35th anniversary. Yeah, 35 years we've been married. It doesn't seem like 35 years. Still feels like we're kids, except when I try to get up off the ground and it hurts so much. So I know I'm not a kid anymore. But anyway, thank you, Mrs. Okierover, for 35 absolutely amazing years.